This is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Here to give you my Tuesday video. It is going to be a fun fold card using fall papers. It's getting that time of year, even though it's 90 degrees here and stuff, it still falls right among us. So we need to switch our thinking. Maybe it'll cool us down a little bit. I hope so. But anyway, I hope you enjoy my video and I hope you enjoy it. But most of all, I do want to tell you Stampin' Up! Is still having their in color sale. So anything with the new in colors, the 5 new ones that came out this year, which is Darling Duckling, Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, and Secret Sea. And those anything with those papers, DSP, whatever, are on sale. So do take advantage of that. You have until the 31st. So you have another week and a half, maybe a little bit over. For that, I do want to tell you that I make PDFs for my cards, and they are on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP. You are more than welcome to go join the group to still, you don't even have to steal them, just to take you some PDFs of cards that you like. There's like probably right now around 300 PDFs over there. So just join the group, go to the file section, and they're all right there. They're in alphabetical order according to what the name of the video is. So you might want to pay attention to that. That's the easier way to find the PDFs over there. Don't think I have anything else to say except for it's getting close to time. Our new mini catalog and our new online exclusive catalog will be out, and I just want to let you know that. So I am going to turn the camera down. We are going to get started. We're going to make 2 of the fall cards, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you try them. So let's turn this around. There we go. That was easy, and you didn't even have to see my hand, right? You just see all this up here. I'm gonna turn you down. That way you can look at the cards while I pull this up and watch it with you. There we go. So here we are. Let's pull this down just a little bit. Not much. That way you can see the cards. This is a fun fold that you just open. It's a real common fun fold. I just wanted to show it with these papers. One thing nice about this paper pack, this is one of the online exclusives. It's called Gather. I keep forgetting the name of it. I think it's Gathering Together. Yep, Gathering Together. It has on the leaf part of this, I'm going to show you that. I did an unboxing and I didn't really just express this. But there are 3 papers with the leaves done 3 different ways. Here it is with lots of color on a white background. You've got your Old Olive, Crushed Curry, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso. And then you have this one that has basically those colors, but it's on a basic beige background with no Old Olive. Old Olive is not in that one. And then the last one we have is this background, which doesn't have Old Olive or Crushed Curry. It's just the Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, basic beige right here on a white background. So they have it 3 different ways. So when we get done today, we'll have this card made with all 3 of these papers. Now, if you haven't seen this paper pack, let me show it to you just real quick, because it has a lot of gold foil in it. Like this is all in the veins of the leaves on here. This is Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, and white. And then this is just basic beige, white, and gold foil on this side. So it picks up all that gold in there. Then we have, this one is a gold foil stripe with Crushed Curry, basic beige, and white. So that's a real elegant looking fall piece. And then this is evening or early espresso. Yeah, early espresso. And then it's just got a little lighter circle, little bitty circles in there. That is that one. And then here's another piece of the leaves. And then this is Old Olive with the gold foil in it. And that is, I love the green. I love green. So I love this. And then it's got a early espresso like wash on the back. So that is those papers. Now on the backs of these you have, this one with all the colors has the Cajun craze with the little leaves. If you saw my Saturday video, I used this paper making a different fall card. And then we have the one that's the white with the Cajun craze and early espresso, has a basic beige, and they're little tiny squares of that. And then this one that's basic beige with the 3 colors of crushed curry, Cajun craze, and early espresso, has a basic beige wash on the back. So that is these papers. I love these papers. I love fall papers. I mean, I love fall to begin with. The only thing bad about fall is, you know, winter's coming. That's what I don't like about fall. But the colors and the crispness in the air, I just love. So, there we go with the papers, okay? Let's get started. Let's get started. Here's what your PDF looks like, if I didn't already say that. Has your measurements, what I used, and some directions, and then pictures for you to go by if you're like me and need to have a visual. I love visuals. You know, it just makes life easier for me. Hi, Jackie. It's good to see you. How have you been? Probably hot in Florida as well. Okay, so I'm going to move these to the side, and we are going to make 2 cards. What I want to show you first is, I'm going to lay these up. Well, I'm not going to lay them up there because you know why. I have a cat that sometimes likes to come and get in the video, but right now she's underneath my table asleep. We're starting off with 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. But what we're going to do with that is we're going to cut that down. So let's move these for a second. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to put that at 8 inches, and I'm going to cut. That's going to cut 3 inches off. And this 3-inch piece will be our piece that goes right here. So we have no waste. Okay? So let's do it on the other one. Get that to 8 inches. So there is our other one. I had my foot next to Moxie's bed underneath of me, and I guess my foot was too close because she just put her foot out there and snagged me, little stinker. So now we have our card parts cut. Let me go over what we're going to have with each of the cards, okay? So with this one, I've got Old Olive cardstock. So we have early espresso. We have Old Olive 5 1/4 by 4, 4 by 2 1/4, which is going to get embossed in just a second. We have 4 by 2 3/4, which will be on this piece right here. If I can pick it up, it goes right here on this piece. And evidently, this is cut a little shorter. That's what that was. I think this was cut a little shorter. So I'm going to trim that because that really doesn't matter. Then we have a 4 by 2 1/4 that goes underneath like this for you to write on. And then we have like a 1/2 inch, and it should be 2 1/4, but I have to cut it down because I used a scrap. And then this is for our sentiment, and it's 1 inch by 2 3/4. We have the exact same thing on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the pieces of the early espresso and the Old Olive, and we are going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we're going to emboss that just real quick. I didn't have that done because I wanted to show you how I find it easier to cut my card as a regular card base and then cut the 3 inches off. It's very hot and humid here too. I'm ready for it to be done. So what I did with this is I picked this because we're using, this is from Label Me Grateful. It's a little, looks like a little berry stem. And the reason why I'm using that is because we have all these little berries in the paper. It looks like little dark berries. So I picked that to use. And this is pressed flowers. It was the embossing folder that goes with the Impressions of Bloom Suite. And it looks like little berries to me. It's actually a little flower, but it looks kind of berry, if that's a word, berry. And so I'm going to do that. But first, let me take that out. Always put your hinge side, the folded side of your embossing folder, to the back of your machine, because that lets the air out of that as it goes. If you turn it the other way, the air gets trapped and this can pop in two. And I can tell you that that really is the truth, because I popped one in two. Scared me to death, but I did it. Because I wasn't thinking about it, you know. I knew the rule, but I just didn't think about it, and I cut it, and then I really learned my lesson. You know, sometimes you have to do things to learn a lesson. And so there that is embossed, and it looks like those little berries. So we have that. And let's do the other one. So I just lay it in there because I don't want it all here with, when it's too full, it looks really busy. So I like some of the flatness of the cardstock to show. Click. That big click comes because you got a straight surface that hits over that roller all at one time. If you can angle it, you don't get that as loud of a click, if you didn't know that. So anyway, I'm going to put all my pieces together. I have an in-person class today, and we're going to be using this machine, so I need to take it back upstairs. So I'm going to get it out of my way. And now we're ready to make a card. So let's put the right pieces with the right stuff. How's that? Let's do this one first. So like I said, my card is now cut 4 1/4 by 8, scored at 5 1/2. I do love this deep DSP too. I just think it's so pretty. I love the color. I have a friend that does not like fall. She doesn't like fall colors. She doesn't like fall. And she says she doesn't like fall because winter's right behind it. That's why I said that, because I've always heard her say that. I am going to go ahead and put this in. This is 5 1/4 by 4, and it's just going to go on my inside here. And you can pick up any of the colors that are in the papers, and that's a good thing, because there's quite a few colors, especially in the one I'm using right now, that you've got a good choice of what you want to use. So we're going to put that in. I'm going to fold that down really good. And then I'm going to take my embossed piece, and then I'll just kind of line the edges up where the edges are down here on the green to make it look uniform. Oh, I do too. Because, you know, I love the basic whites and the very vanilla with white. Somebody told me they don't like those combinations, and I do. I just think it's such a crisp, clean look. I like those two colors together. I like color. I just like paper. So there we have that together. Now what we're going to do, and because my piece, this one I used a piece of what I had. It's a little bit shorter. I'm going to put it on there, and it's not going to matter. I'm going to trim it as soon as I put this on. And it's not going to matter which way do I want my leaves. I want it this way. I want my big leaf up. So I'm going to put that on. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in real quick and trim this. I think that should look like enough. Probably too short, but that's not short enough yet. A little bit more. That looks good enough. Let me just... little sanding block is not here. That's okay. So we got that. Now I can go ahead and glue this on, and that's just going to be glued here. So what I do is just kind of, I know I don't want my glue any further than right here, so I just take them when I pick that up, put my thumb there. I mainly do that to show beginners, and I've gotten used to doing it. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put it back down. Before I press real hard, I'm going to make sure I got all my glue. Yep, doesn't show my glue. And then I can press that down. Okay, then I'm going to take this little piece. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue across the bottom there and add my strip, and then I can cut that off. And then I'm going to glue that in here. So what I want to do is put glue on it like this, and then I want to bring my card up and fold it. And that way I know that I am in that line. I also, looks like I cut this a little bit shorter than what I had planned on. I probably used a scrap. I'm good for that. But nevertheless, it's a piece we can write on, right? So I'm just going to stick that in there and not hit it with my fingers. That's the dumb thing to do. So just put that in. Still doesn't look straight to me. Ah, my finger keeps hitting it. Leave it alone. Now close it. Still didn't get it straight. At least I know where it goes now. I just straighten it back up. There we go. So there we have that, and it doesn't show here. I'm going to wait and do my sentiment when I get this one put together as close as that. And I just wanted to show you what two different papers look like with this done. Show you how fast and easy they can be, which is what I like about it. Fast and easy. And looks like you did some work. That's my kind of stuff. So here again, I'm using my 5 1/4 by 4 and just putting it to the inside of my card. And I'm going to close it. I'm going to take my embossed piece and add it to the top flap. It's one thing about card making, you can make anything work. If your paper's not cut just right, you can make it work. There we go. So we're going to take this piece now and we're going to put this on here. And this one fits. So let's just put this on here. Make sure that gets glued down good. I'm going to flip this over, and I pretty much know where it's got to go. So just going to add some glue. Stick this on here. Go ahead and glue this little piece onto the bottom of here. I love using scraps. So here again, I'm going to take and just lay this in here as soon as I glue it and shut the card. I find this easier than just trying to, I'm going to try to keep it straighter this time. Although, you know, I don't have a straight bone in my body. I just I'll be slower that time. See if we did it. Yep, we got it. So that hides under there. Now we're going to bring our stamps in, and we're going to use Early Espresso. I'm using a little ink spot that I made because I mix some up when I have classes. If we're using more than one stamp that needs the same color, I'll make an ink spot to go in the class. So I'm going to stamp this in Early Espresso. I'm lining that up to be kind of straight. Not that I'm ever kind of straight. See, told you, not kind of straight. But that's okay. Maybe if I don't line it up straight, I'll be better off. No, they're both a little crooked, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't have my chamois down here, so I have to clean it off otherwise. I got glue on my fingers. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to go ahead and cut my edges. And then because my stamp is a little crooked, we're going to angle these. We're not going to put them on straight. I don't think anybody's going to call the stamp police on me, do you? I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to take my stamp and seal, and I'm going to add just a little bit over here to this side, because I'm going to add my little stems that I cut from the Label Me Grateful dies. So let's take these, make sure I get the right side. I'm just going to add 2 of them. There we go. Oh, that one didn't stick. Well, it's because I had it on backwards too. I'm glad I noticed. Stick for right now. I'm going to be putting a... So there we go. Now what I'm going to do with that now is I'm going to take dimensionals, and I'm going to add a dimensional here because it holds those down. And then I'm going to put one about right here, not all the way over. So I'm going to see if I like it straight. If I don't, I'm going to angle it. So it goes on this one. It doesn't look bad, but do I want to angle it? I think I want to angle it. Here they are straight. That one's curling because I had to lift it up. But there, that is straight. And so now let's put this one, and I put that on the wrong card. I don't think it's going to matter in the big scheme of things. Let me see. If I can get it off. Might not be able to. It's alright, I'm going to stick one underneath of it. Sometimes these things stick really hard, and then sometimes they don't. And it's when you don't want them to stick really hard that, yeah. Okay. I'm going to put this on the white. The reason why I glanced up and looked at that one and thought that's what, but I did that in Basic Beige. So we will put this over that. Don't you love when people make mistakes? Well, thank you, Angel. I'm glad that you subscribed and want to come and watch. I love fall cards too. I made one. If you watched my Tuesday video on here, I mean my Saturday video, I do a Saturday video that's called Simply Stamping. I did a really pretty fall card there. I'll show it to you just in case you missed it. And then you might want to go back and watch it. These are some pretty simple cards. I did simple today. This is my week of in-person classes and makes me tired. So I'm going to angle that one also. So the last thing we're going to do, we have our little embellishments and everything on it. We're going to tie a bow out of linen thread. And I like to, unless I'm doing classes and I have to cut it, I like to leave it on the spool doing these. And if it's curly, and you can see it's got that curl in it, just take it through my fingers and straighten it out. Makes making a bow so much easier. And so I'm just going to tie a bow like I would be tying my shoes. This is nothing fancy about this. I'm just basically adding texture. But I do want to tell you, when you're doing this and you're going to shorten your loops, hold that center little knot, because that will keep your loops from curling and flipping. Because sometimes they'll just flip. So let's just trim this up. And I'm going to do a glue dot on it. And when I do that, I just roll. I put that at the end of the glue dot and I roll it up. And it rolls into a nice little line back there that you can't really see. And I'm going to add that right here at the top of my card. And we're going to put some embellishments on that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and make my bow for this one. That way I'll have 2 cards made up. So here, let's unwind some more ribbon. And there we have that curl again. So I'm just going to take my fingers between my thumb and my index finger, and I'm just going to straighten my ribbon out, my thread out. Do you guys do that when using this, when it's so curly or any kind of curly stuff? Make this quick little bow again. I like quick bows. And there I'm going to roll it on my, I just start that at the bottom of my glue dot and I just roll. I don't roll my ribbon, I roll the dot until it comes off. And then it just sticks right back there to the back. Easy peasy. So there is that we're done with. Now all we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of embellishments on there, some gems. And I used the pressed flower motifs. I think this came with the gallery suite that we have. And these they came in a hot mess. They were all over the place, all over each other. I need to pick this up before my cat decides she wants it. She's feisty. She's a little feisty. So I'm just going to pick these up and add them to the card. Whoops, turn that one over. I don't like when I turn them over. So I'll just use my fingers, and I think I'm going to actually stick it down here on that leaf. So there's that one. Now I think I'm going to use the smaller ones on this one. I love embellishments and I love die cuts. So here we have, and Angel, if you wasn't on here when I started this, This pack of paper has 3 different papers with leaves, and if you will, you'll notice the difference here. This has all the colors in it, you know, really fallish looking with the yellow, the greens. That's crushed curry, Cajun craze, early espresso, and old olive. And then this one just has the Cajun craze and early espresso with some basic beige, and then the white. And then this one has the Cajun craze, early espresso, and then crushed curry. It doesn't have the green. So that's shown in 3 different patterns of your leaves with 3 different cardstocks colors. So I wanted to show that because I wanted to showcase how you could use these different colors and how they look. Let me show you the card I did on Saturday in case you missed it. It is using this paper here. This paper is an online exclusive paper that'll be out in September, and it's called Gathering Together. So it's really pretty, so you have to look for it. So here's this card I made Saturday using this paper and using the back side of it, and then these colors here on it. And these are the Label Me Grateful dies, which are right here, and they are already out. But this is the die that I used today, and then on this one I also used these leaves, this leaf, and this flower, and then this is the label that I put on that. So I love both of these cards. I'm going to be doing more. I'm actually, my class in September, my in-person class, is going to be Fall is in the Air, so there'll be some fall cards coming. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. That really helps me and my little algorithm. You know how they talk about algorithms and that. So it just really helps me, and I really appreciate it if you do that. So be sure on Saturday to come. My Simply Saturday videos are pre-recorded videos. I'm not actually here on Saturday morning, but I do a video. It comes up at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time right now. But that's what time it'll be up, and then you can watch it on replay or whatever. So I just wanted you to know that, and I appreciate what you guys do and supporting me. And you have a great day. Be creative and have fun with it, and we will talk to you later. Bye.